Before I share two major questions for self-proclaimed atheists, here are a few conversations that I've heard online.
That religion is in essence nothing more than a mimetic entity that serves some kind of social purpose like this, that's what it's for, but isn't actually true. And perhaps my desire for my philosophical convictions to be, true is just too high a margin to demand.
There simply are no reasons for the existence of a God. To have a subjective experience, a personal experience of God, well, we all know how easily people are fooled, we all know how easily people hallucinate, how easily they imagine, how easily they dream. So that's an extremely poor argument in favor of the existence of a God. So there are no good arguments in favor of a God, and that's all one needs to say.
Both made careers out of debunking Christianity, and a lot of their audience are die-hard self-proclaimed atheists. Now, the questions that I pose to you are intended to be contemplative. I'm not suggesting I have any answers, but they are valuable for religious and non-religious alike. But in this video, I'm speaking specifically to atheists, which for a very specific reason seem to have more trouble with this. Question number one, would you rather be in love or would you rather be right? Truthfully, this is applicable to intimate relationships most often. I personally have plenty of times in my relationship wanted to be right instead of being in love. And these can oftentimes be in direct opposition. It's not very enjoyable or connecting to be trying to prove a point, to be forcing a point down someone else's throat. And this is where this question is a really good reminder for me in direct relationships, but also in any friendships or any relationship at all. Would I rather be right or would I rather be in love? I should add a caveat that this should be applicable to atheists and theists, people who fervently or zealously believe in their point of view. Would you rather be right about your perception of God, or would you rather lean into connection and love for your fellow man or woman? The reason why I think atheists could particularly benefit from this question is pretty much all of the quotes I mentioned before from O'Connor, from Dawkins. There is an undertone of using rationality and logic to prove what's right, whereas faith, generally speaking, focuses on the emphasis of believing in something even without the claim of truth, whether through facts and figures, statistics, etc. Question number two, is it true or is it useful? By all measurement of well-being, having a spiritual connection to a higher power is better than not. Here's a study of 125,000 people in 77 countries, which found that people who believed in God were happier, healthier, had a greater sense of well-being. I'm not saying you have to suspend your skepticism about specific gods, whether it's Christianity or Islam. If those don't resonate, if there's some elements of those religions that is against your values, I understand, but don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because it's clear from every standard of measurement that essentially it's pretty useful to believe in a higher power. Sometimes that higher power doesn't have to be part of an organized religion. I can attest that oftentimes it is the hallucinations that Dawkins talks about. Simply have an altered state experience, whether it be entheogens, psychedelics, or a sweat lodge, or any kind of experience that genuinely impacts your physiology to a place where you're connected to something greater than yourself. You could call it God, whatever the case is, connect to that. My invitation is to ensure you have a connection, because by all measurements, it's better, it's more useful, and it's going to lead to more life satisfaction.
If you like this video, I think you're going to like this one.